It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference in the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preach all season long, never look ahead. You can't do it, right? You've got to focus so much on the present. But you know that every man out there is so aware of what's on the line today and where they could be playing in 2 weeks. It's going to be a game-long challenge, no question, to keep the focus on the right here and the right now. Once you've got a win iced away, well, then you can start entertaining those Super Bowl thoughts and those Super Bowl realities.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
This is one of those fine lines as you take the field as a quarterback. You know that your play is going to be so important to find a way to win. It always is in postseason football, but you can't put too much pressure on yourself. You got to go out there, you got to cut it loose, and most importantly, you got to lead your men.
And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Going to the ground again on first. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Now was Jamari Caldwell making the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
May now from the gun. It's complete. Kyle Williams. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, third down. Trying the sneak, May. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
First down, May. Hits him on the out route. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Quick throw completed by May. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. From the gun, it's May. Completed over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Finds his man. It's DeMario Douglas. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. From the red zone on first. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face second down. Back to the air. It's May. Caught near the goal line. He's in for the New England touchdown. The Patriots finish up an excellent opening series. So the first lead of our game goes to our visitors, Brock, and I know it is very early, but tough not to have that word upset at least start to creep into your mind just a bit.
You go into someone else's building in the playoffs, this place has been juice. They have been so hyped to get to this game. Yeah, and the odds certainly in the home team's favor, but you go out and score, touchdown on the opening drive, you level it a whole bunch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Patriots will jump out to a 7-0 lead. the Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
This is one of those fine lines as you take the field as a quarterback. You know that your play is going to be so important to find a way to win. It always is in postseason football, but you can't put too much pressure on yourself. You got to go out there, you got to cut it loose, and most importantly, you got to lead your men.
There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play, and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Herbert back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's hit just before he can pick up that first. So 3rd and short coming up from the 33. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
The lateral goes haywire. Fumble. Scooped up by the Patriots. And New England will return it for the touchdown. The Patriots pull that in front further, 13-zip. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Now they'll try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Patriots drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As a corner in this league, oh, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Set. Ready. Ready.
On a quick slant, it's Johnston. This is close, but I think they stopped him short, partner. Yep, the spot's at the 37. It's going to be 3rd down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Set. Ready. Set.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. That's the first down, and he's still going. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Herbert from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
380. You're out. 380. You're out.
Motion, motion, motion.
You're out.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Black 80. Black. Go.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one does not go far.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
From the gun on 3rd, it's Herbert. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Cap it, cap it, cap it. Ready.
Herbert throwing on 4th down. And he's going to have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers make it a one-score game. We know all these players are aware of what's at stake here, Brock, and that is the score they needed to get them moving in this conference final.
We know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, especially with stakes this high. But, geez, you couldn't start any better.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. New England taking the field. Its 2nd series of the game coming up. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Here goes.
Starting on the ground with Henderson. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Operating from the gun, here's May. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. And let that pass rush get home.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Escapes the pocket.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series.
Set. 380. Grenade hut. Delta. Set. Hut. Set.
Here's Hampton to open the drive. And that run good for a handful as it brings up second down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
380. Ready.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Set. 380. Run.
Hampton gets the handoff. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down. So we're through one here in the AFC title game. It's a 14-7 game. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive.
Run. Set.
On the counter, it's Hampton. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Set. 380. Run.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
That's incomplete on 2nd down. Trey Harris, the intended target there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
380. Run. Ready.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Flushed down out to his left. And this one doesn't go far.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Dicker connects there, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here's Jones. Jukes away from one. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's New England, ready once again on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Made a throw it. They'll get it completed to Travion Henderson. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Tackle made by Elijah Molden. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. May looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a New England first down. Throwing is May. They'll drop this to Henderson underneath. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's third down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
May now on third down. It's on target to Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Sent back to their own side of the field on that last play. Some ground to make up here on second. May now from the gun. They want him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
It's double-edged sword. I totally understand. These quarterbacks today are so athletic, and they love to keep plays alive, but it can turn smaller losses into much bigger setbacks like we see yet again.
This is a tough spot to be in. It's third and very long. Here he goes, third and long. Escapes out to the left. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Running it with Hampton. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Gonna lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Set. 380. Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds the in route complete. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped, though, right near the marker. Didn't get it. Third down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Set. Copy. Hey, go lion. Ready.
On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. A gain of 26 yards there. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Hampton now up the middle, and he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Herbert. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Hampton gets it from the pistol. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
It'll be 2nd down and 9, but not just yet. Only a couple of minutes to go in our first half. More football from SoFi in just a moment. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Lion.
Here's Herbert. Finds him over the middle. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Home to try.
There you go, play action. Here's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
A 37-yard attempt.
Dicker connects there. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The New England offense running out now. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. New England bringing the offense to the line. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. That's incomplete left side.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
He'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I've got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Here's May to the air. Short pass brought in. And this one won't get there. Looked good, but the stop is made just before he could get the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Patriots have their punting unit out. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch made, a little beyond the 20-yard line. The Chargers ready to go on offense for the final time in the first half. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime.
Kappa. Set.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Hits it through the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield.
Set. Run. Set.
1st and 10, Herbert. Throw is there for Arondé Ganson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Second and 3 now.
Set. Delta. Set. What is it?
Throwing now, Herbert. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
61-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So less than a field goal separating these teams after our first 2 quarters, as we throw to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. We are back, and this one's shaping up to be an exciting one. Very close game, Brock, as we start our third quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Wide 80 hot. Ready.
Now start on the ground. It's 4. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
380. Run. Set.
Herbert now off the play fake. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it at the 30. And he will get this inside the 30.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
Set. Ready. Ready.
Now an inside give to Hampton. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Brought in by Gadsden. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he could stretch that field. With the route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers push the lead to 2 scores now. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Patriots offense all set to go. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. May off the play fake. Looking right, and he finds him. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's May. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is hauled down right at that midfield strike. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down. Off the play action, May. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Trying to get it to Harold Fanning Jr. with that one. And now it's 2nd down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
This is Henderson on 2nd down. He dodged the tackle, and he is down to the 30-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a New England 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
May looking to throw. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And this is down to the doorstep of that red zone. Another yard to reach it and pick up that 1st down, too.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
It's caught. Fannin has it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That's a pickup of 9. And the Patriots will have a 1st down. From the red zone now. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Dumped off to his running back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. 3rd and long for him here. And they take this in for the score. The Patriots start the second half with some needed points. Drake made the touchdown.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down, and he just put on a show.
They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Patriots cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Chargers and wide receiver Ladd McConkey set for another drive. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Set. Kappa. Set.
This is Hampton. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. As for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
It's Hampton on 2nd. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
380.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Oh, he's going to run for it. And Herbert slides to a stop with enough on that play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
That's Harris on the right side. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers push this to an 8-point game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers push the lead to 2 scores now. kicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Patriots and Travion Henderson back out there for their next series. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
He finds his running back, Henderson. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. A handoff for Henderson, running left. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Searching for Kyle Williams that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. To the air on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And now it's 5 sacks for them in this one. Man, this defense is eating. Latest brings up 4th down.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
On the carry, it's Hampton. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Set. 380. Right. Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's got Harris. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Set. 380. Right. Go.
They'll run it here with Hampton. Found some good space on that run, Brock. It's a gain of 8 in enemy territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's Charger ball. The Bolts just 1 quarter away from advancing in the postseason. First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Set. Line. Lion. Step.
Again, it's Hampton. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Step. Delta. Step.
Third down, give to Hampton. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Back to Hampton. Escapes the defender. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be second down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Set.
A second down run by 4. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Herbert from the gun. Johnson finds the football, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10. Here's Hampton. And they're going to have a few looks at a touchdown here as he gets it down to the 8. Got some whistles here. Officials calling for a stoppage. Injured player, it appears. And that is their running back, Omarion Hampton. Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Set. Set.
Trying to run in, Harris. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Chargers could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. Najee Harris, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Now Herbert and the Chargers going for 2.
Set.
The Chargers will line up for the two-point
Home troops right. Ready.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. Oh, it's a favorite of NFL teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant. It is so tough to defend that close to the goal line, and this time it works for 2.
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route.
Whoa.
When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. But you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, and it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Patriots running their offense out there. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
1st down, May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
After the sack, defense has got to be feeling good. Here comes 2nd and 12. Here's made in the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throw here, 3rd down. Hits him on the in route. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
Running for it, it's Henderson. This is going to be close, but I don't think he's got it. Nope, they mark him shy of the first. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Jim Harbaugh getting his Charger offense out there for another drive. They're going to win this game, but with touchdowns on 3 straight drives, Brock, they're probably going to want to keep that streak going. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready? 380. Set.
It's an option right that begins this drive. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
And nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Set. 380. Set.
A run now with Hampton. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Trying to get outside here with Harris. And he'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
380. 380.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
380.
First down, and they go right back to it. And a nice little run there gets him 5. 2nd down upcoming.
Set. 380. Go.
Staying on the ground with Harris. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Set. 380. Set.
The play fake. Now Herbert to throw. And then he's caught in the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Chargers put up even more points in a win. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers make it a 24-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground with Henderson. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, here's May. He keeps it and takes off. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. 3rd and 1. Here's May. It's on target to Williams. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st and 3. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Trying an inside give to Henderson. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
This is Henderson on 2nd down. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side. Now the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
This one to Williams out left side. And he needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop is made in time. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Anderson's going to take this straight ahead. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
I think sometimes you hear 4th and 2 and it sounds like it's short. But what if I said 4th and 6 feet? That's a little bit more, and it takes a surge just like that to get it done.
Here's May on 1st and 10. Gets it quickly to Douglas. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
From the gun, it's May. He's got it in the red zone. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Henderson here from the gun. He surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's May. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Chargers will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Here's a design run. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. They are Super Bowl bound, Brock. We now know who's going to be representing the AFC in the battle for the Lombardi.
Yeah, you never set out with the goal to be good. You set out to be great. You don't set out to just be a playoff team. You set out to be one of the 2 teams playing on that special stage of the Super Bowl. And with this win, now they will be.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.